Good evening and welcome. Sorry, that's the thing with being live.
I know. Hi, Facebook friends.
Hi, welcome back to Tea for All Reasons.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. And I was going to say and Vintage for All Reasons too, but
okay.
Yep, because you're still doing Vintage for All Reasons.
Yeah.
I am Jen.
And I'm Marsha.
And we're glad that you could join us. So I'm going to apologize first off. I had a cold all week, and I'm still very congested. And
you sound pretty good, actually.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
But so if I end up starting to cough or anything, I apologize. That's what that is. Otherwise, we're good.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to introduce?
I do. You know, I've talked about my friend Andy, who is visiting this week from Marietta, Georgia. And we have been friends for almost 40 years, and most of that time has been long distance. And it's an encouragement to you all because it can be done. It really can if you're very diligent and really taking the time to nurture a relationship. You can have a long distance, very meaningful relationship. And that's what we have after all these years. So I'd like to introduce my dear friend Andy to you. Wave to the group.
Hello.
Yay.
Always a treat to be here.
So we actually have a live audience.
We have a live audience. Yes.
Very exciting.
And then we have Molly today.
Yep, Molly's here doing comments like normal, and my dad is on the camera as usual. So the gang's all here.
The gang's here, except for Jesse.
Except for Jesse, he is at a youth thing.
Yeah.
And so that's it with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get right to the announcements, and then we'll get into the tea demo and fun baking demo.
Fun baking demo. Yeah,
tonight.
we're excited to be doing this because just some wonderful teas, and it's kind of the middle of March. It's kind of been going back and forth between spring and
we've had weird weather.
and winter, and so we want to get right into spring, don't we?
Yes, we do. And spring is on Monday.
It is.
First day of spring is on Monday, and we're ready. And I'm sorry,
That's
I
right.
realized I hadn't taken the lids off.
It's okay.
Because I'm going to do announcements, and then we're going to do the tea demo first. And then,
we're switching it up tonight.
Yeah, we're and then the baking. Okay, so the announcements. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay, so the first thing is, if you've been on the website, and the website is teaforallreasons.com. If you've been on the website in the last couple weeks, you'll see there's a bar at the top explaining that we have a buy one get one free sale going on this month for the Downton Abbey teas. That is still going. It'll go until the end of the month or until I sell all the package. Mm-hmm. So the doing this sale because I did a live event last year, and I have some prepackaged Downton Abbey teas that have just been sitting on the shelf, and I would love for you to have them, especially since the clock is ticking. And so buy one get one free.
Great opportunity.
It's a great opportunity to get some fabulous teas, and so that's going now through the end of the month. And then April subscriptions. I can't believe that we've already had a whole quarter already.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
I feel like I just announced January's a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But so the next quarter subscriptions are going out at the beginning of April. For those of you who receive your invoice through PayPal, that will go out on the 5th like normal. If you are a newer subscriber through the website since the beginning of the new year, then your invoice date may be a little bit different than the 5th. It'll correspond to whatever day you signed up for that subscription. And then once the payment is cleared, those boxes should go out within 5 business days.
Mm-hmm.
I need time to package that. And so just want to remind you that is coming. And then I wanted to show you, I've listed them in the shop for pre-orders, but I am taking pre-orders for the Mother's Day gift box. And so this is what the box looks like. The ribbon will actually go all the way around, but I wanted to show you. On the box, it'll have the label on top with the ribbon to keep it closed. It'll also have a gold seal on the front to keep it closed. And then inside the box, and then there's a label on the bottom as well. So I mirrored the sampler boxes with the Mother's Day box. So what you get in your Mother's Day gift box this year is tea sack number 1, perfect cup of tea spoon, and I'll open the box to show you. And then 3 1.5 ounce tins of you get 3 1.5 ounce tins of teas from Tea for All Reasons. One is Mother's Bouquet, Marmy's Apple Pie, Marmy's Apple Pie. That's her grandma name, is Marmy. And Mama's Spicy Carrot Cake. I went for different teas this year.
Those are good.
And so this is what your box will look like. And then a brewing card on the inside as well. So this is what your box will look like. I'm actually going to wrap this in tissue when it goes in the box. So these are what your tins look like. And it has the label on the back. And then the tea inside is in a little cello bag.
Very good.
And you get your 3 teas in the box. And it is a 1/2 ounce more of tea in the tins than what has been in the past. I thought,
Oh, good.
yeah, 1.5 instead of 1 ounce.
Very good.
Because I realized an 1.5 ounces will actually fit in those tins. And so this is the Mother's Day gift box. So I'm taking pre-orders on those until I forget what date I put on the website where the pre-orders end, and then it just goes into regular sales. The target date for beginning to ship out the pre-orders is April 22nd, which seems early, but Mother's Day is the 14th of May. And I'm going out of town. And so I need to get these shipped out. In order for you or your recipient to receive them in time, I need to ship them out before I go out of town. I'll be out of town the last week of April. I'll answer that in a second. After the 22nd, I think they'll just sell regularly, and when I get the order, I'll ship it out. But the last day to order to receive in time is April 30th. So that's a pretty short little window. But remember, I'm going to be gone that last week of April. Yeah. And I'll put a notice on the shop to explain that I'm out of town or away from the shop that last week of April. I have to go away for work, so for the day job. But I will make sure that you guys get your teas on time. Yeah. Your gift boxes on time.
As always.
As always. And so that's the Mother's Day gift box. And then I wanted to remind you the spring sampler is available in the shop. And the samplers are now in these boxes. This one's sealed, so and there's actually nothing in here. But 6 teas. The samplers are just the same as they always have been. They're just in a box now that has the label with the ingredients on the back of the box, so that you actually know what you're getting in your box.
And are those the teas you're demonstrating?
So
tonight?
I'm demonstrating 4 of the teas in the sampler, and then I brought 2 others that are spring teas that are not in the sampler.
Okay.
To do the demonstration. So yes,
Awesome.
excuse me, 4 of the teas are in the sampler.
And one of them is actually going to be
Going in the Mother's Day box as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yep. Double duty.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to remind you, I showed these last month, but don't forget, I've got these cute little fill your own tea bags
Open one of them and show
that
me.
have like these. So you can see at the bottom of the label here, those are what is on the little tag. And Mom's going to open up to show you what one of the bags looks like. But these are paper. They're biodegradable corn fiber. They're plastic free, non-toxic for you to use to put your tea in.
Yeah, and there's the drawstring and the little tag. This one is a little mushroom, but you
Yeah,
also
those
have
are the little woodland motif, and so
Yeah.
that particular package has 6 different tags.
6. So it's mushroom and
A little fox,
little
an
fox,
owl,
an owl, a leaf,
and a raccoon.
and a raccoon. Yeah. So
Yeah.
woodland.
That's the woodland one. And then there's the tea one, and then the this one is I forget what it's called in the shop, but it's got different tea phrases on it. Like I love tea.
But again, this I mentioned this last month, but this is a great idea for you for favors, if you're going to have a tea, let's say you're going to have a tea for Easter or a birthday tea, this is a great idea to package the signature tea, whatever it is you want to have for your special occasion, to do your own packaging. Also, another idea is you could package your tea and put them into a tea envelope. What's it called? The
Tea sack?
No, not tea
Oh.
sack. The tea,
Oh, the travel
the
kit?
travel kit,
Yeah.
or the. I've drawn a blank.
No props. I didn't bring all of my
I want to
props
say
today.
envelope, but that's not the right.
Well, the travel kit.
Yeah, but
Oh, the tea wallet.
the tea wallet.
The tea
yes.
wallet.
You could package your own tea bags for the tea wallet.
I speak Marmy.
And also, thank you. And then also, you could package these for to put in tins, which is another great idea for a gift.
Yes.
There's no reason why you couldn't order. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn.
No, I can order tins.
You could buy tins from Jen, empty tins, and you could package your own.
Yeah. If
whatever you want.
I don't list them on the website, but if you're interested in tins, you can email me.
Yeah, like
And-
a dozen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, a dozen would be the minimum.
Yeah.
For something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different sizes, and they're just great ways to do favors or gifts for folks.
Yep, exactly. Anyway, so the question is, are the buy one get one free mix and match? You know, I really struggled when I set up the sale. I have an app on the website that helps with sales and discounts. I would like to say yes, but I honestly don't know. So you can try adding 2 different Downton Abbey teas to the cart, and you have to go into the cart and look at it to see if it is marked one as free. I don't know. If it doesn't, let me know, and I can try to figure out how to make it happen for you.
All right, so are all the Downton Abbey teas the same price?
Yeah, depending on the size.
Depending on the size, but they
Are the same price.
They are
It's
the
not
same price.
price driven.
Okay, well that's a good.
Yeah, so the way the app, I
don't
set
want
it
you-
up a couple weeks ago, but I think as long as it's in the category,
Okay.
it should do, but
Okay.
I don't know, to be honest. But like I said, if you're adding it to your cart and it's not working, shoot me an email, because I can always create a coupon code to make it free.
Sure. Yeah.
But I am doing BOGO.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah. So hopefully it works, and if it doesn't, like I said, shoot me an email and I'll make it happen.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Very good.
I think that was it. Last date to order is April 3rd. On the Mother's Day, the last day to order is April 30th. I want to make sure you guys know that.
Yeah, let's kind of go over. Did we say?
Well, we can do it at the end.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about the agenda for tonight.
Oh,
But
no,
you-
we said
you
tea
did say
demo.
that, tea
Oh,
demo.
yeah, thanks for getting the water.
Yeah.
Tea demo, and then
The baking demo is going to be kind of in 2 parts. So
Yeah.
we changed up a little bit.
yeah, so we'll do the tea demo, and I'll explain the teas while we're waiting for the water. And then we'll do the tea, and then I'll brew the teas, and then she'll start the baking demo, like,
Yeah.
because she has to mix a thing, but it takes 5+ minutes to mix.
Yeah.
So while that's mixing, we'll do a break,
And then come back.
and then just so that the noise, so that we're not
Yeah.
having to try to talk over that noise. And when that's done, we'll come back
Yeah.
from the break. So we'll say 5-minute break, but it could be longer. But you'll figure it out. We'll have music playing.
It'll be worth
You
it.
guys know the drill.
Hang with us.
Yeah, you guys know the drill. And then we'll finish with the baking, the rest of the baking demo. There is a giveaway, but I'm gonna explain the giveaway later.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said on the teas, and I can go ahead and set them up,
Yeah, you
and
can.
we'll just wait for the water. I'll show the 2 that are not in the sampler first, and the first one is coconut cream egg, and it tastes just like it sounds, like a coconut cream egg,
it's so
the
good.
famous Cadbury egg. It's black tea. It's got shredded coconut, chocolate bits, and I had some the other day, and it's delicious.
Yeah, it's like dessert in a cup.
It's dessert in a cup for sure.
And if you're planning an Easter celebration of some kind or
Yeah.
an Easter dinner, this is great to serve after dinner.
Yep. And normally I would stick my finger in the tin and stir it around so you could see it, but I'm not doing that since I've been sick.
Yeah, you can use that.
There you go. You can kind of see the chocolate bits and the coconut, and it's delish. And so we're going to demo the pyramid again. So if you remember last month, we demoed a rooibos, and it leaked out of the pyramid. So we're going to try again with the pyramid infuser. So I opened the latch, and I'm going to put 1 spoon. We're going to use the coconut cream egg, because it's a pretty big black tea. And so I'm doing 1 perfect cup of teaspoon in the pyramid, closing the top, and I'm going to close the latch without spilling it. And then we'll brew this in this cup. Okay, so that's coconut cream egg. Then the next one that is not in the sampler but is fabulous tea is hummingbird cake. Also a black tea. Get the question.
You want me to take that?
Yeah, we'll do the water in just a second. I
Okay.
don't want. Yeah, let me.
Okay. You want-
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can just leave it there.
All right.
Okay, hummingbird cake, and it is hummingbird cake tea. If you're familiar with the traditional Southern hummingbird cake, it's got banana, pineapple, coconut, almonds, white chocolate bits, some spices. It's fabulous.
It is. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, my throat's getting dry. Anyway, so we're going to brew that in a tea sack. And I've demonstrated this before. So I got my tea sack. This is a number 1. And I open the pocket and I kind of stretch it out with the spoon. I want to get a piece of banana in there. You're going to drink some tea, right?
Yes.
All right, so I put the spoon in the sack and then I flip it upside down to empty it, and now it's in the sack and perfect, ready to go. And so I'm going to put that in there. Hummingbird cake, coconut cream. Okay, and then we'll just do all black up here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do another tea sack on that row. This one opens right here, and again, I open it with my spoon. Oops, I ripped it. Oh, show the tea. This is Mother's Bouquet. This is in the spring sampler, and it's also one of the Mother's Day box teas. This is a black tea with peach and rose,
petals.
and it's got rose hips
Yeah.
in it, and it's delicious. All right, put that back down. All right, so I'm going to put a spoon in the sack. There we go. And even though that's ripped, it'll still work. All right, close that up. There we go. All right, so those are those 3, and I'll pour the water over. No, there's still bits coming out of there. All right, so we're gonna let those steep for 3 minutes. You got the timer? Excellent, thank you. I need to cough, pardon me. Don't mind my Chick-fil-A cup. I sucked on a cough drop before we started, but it's worn off. Okay, so we'll let those steep.
We have a watcher from London.
Oh, excellent.
Wait, who is it?
Greetings.
Lisa Worthing.
Okay.
Lisa Worthing.
Lisa Worthing. Yes, Lisa. Hi there. I remember you, and I know you've just been a loyal viewer, and so thank you for joining us tonight.
Late night. Thank you. That's amazing. Now I'm nervous that I'm steeping tea for British. No, it'll be fine. Okay, so
Very
these.
late night for the British viewers. It's 11:15
yeah,
p.m.
I
it's
know.
late.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the other 3 I'm going to brew in pots, and I'm going to use the perfect pot of teaspoon, which does a 3 to 4 cup pot. And remember, by cup, we're talking about 5 to 6 ounce cup, a teacup, your typical teacup, not a mug. Okay, so the first tea we're gonna brew in the pot is Springtime Blossoms. This one is in the spring sampler, and it's a rooibos with strawberry bits, almonds, rose petals, and the cute little flower candy sprinkles. For anyone who's concerned about sugar, added sugar, those sprinkles are sugar, but they're so small that it's a negligible amount of sugar that gets added to the tea, especially when you're brewing a pot. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 spoon because we don't need a lot of tea. And I'm not using an infuser in these. I'm just going to leave the tea loose in the pots, and I'm going to strain them through a strainer into the cup, and then we can watch our water. Okay, so that's Springtime Blossoms. And then we'll get to this question in a minute.
You're going to wait to do all 3? Or you want me to go ahead and pour water in it?
No, don't pour water in yet. Okay, so this question is actually good since I just showed the Springtime Blossoms with the candy sprinkles. If the teas have flowers, candy bits, etc., and I would say fruit, dried fruits, because some of our teas have dried fruits in them, is it okay for a diabetic? So I've looked for a lot of information, especially on herbal teas that have fruits, because herbals are typically made from fruits and flowers. And I have not been able to find anything that talks about, oh yeah, we need a dish. I have this. I have not been able to find anything that talks about the sugar content in a steeped tea that has fruit in it in particular. My guess is it's pretty negligible because you're steeping the fruit and you're drinking the liquid. You're not eating the fruit. Oh, thank you. Same thing with any of the teas that have chocolate bits or those candy sprinkles. I think it's pretty negligible. You're not eating the candy. You're getting a little bit of melted chocolate.
Yeah, and actually those candies really don't melt.
And these sprinkles don't melt completely,
No.
or if it's a Jimmy, they don't melt completely into the tea. So, like I said, it's a negligible amount of sugar. But if you're worried about it, then don't drink those teas.
Yeah.
I do keto, and I still drink the teas that have fruit and chocolate and all of that. No, you're fine. And all of that in them. And I've never noticed that it has affected, me being on keto.
And I don't think I've noticed any increased taste of sweetness like in the Springtime Blossoms. It doesn't taste sweet to me, so I just don't think
it doesn't add any sweetness. No. Okay, so I took the infuser out of the coconut cream egg, the pyramid infuser, and we'll talk about that in a second. I probably needed more tea in here because that looks a little light. I think I needed more tea in my tea sacks. So this is the hummingbird cake. I'll move that over here. And then this is the mother's bouquet. No, see, that made it dark. Nice dark. So somehow the hummingbird cake ended up being weak.
Cake being lighter anyway.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir because there's residue in the bottom. I still feel like that pyramid infusers. I hate to diss my own product that I'm trying to sell, but I'm not. I should have tested it before I brought them to market.
Well, okay, so what I would say is...
It definitely works better for black tea.
Yeah, it does. And even a larger leaf like white tea or something.
Yeah, it probably works really well for, or even like an oolong.
Yeah, or gunpowder green. Anything that has a larger leaf.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our professional assessment on the pyramid infuser.
Yeah.
They're cute to look at and maybe don't work so great. So, okay, so you showed all these, right? Okay, you've seen the black teas. They look fabulous. Did you want to drink any of these? Take your pick.
Yeah, which one is this one?
This one is the coconut cream egg, hummingbird cake, and the mother's bouquet. Thank you. Okay, so I put the Springtime Blossoms in the pot here. And so then the next, there you go. The next one I'm going to show is Hawaiian Sunset, which may not sound spring-like, but it's a blood orange herbal. It's blood orange rooibos with fruit of blood orange in the blend. So it's a red rooibos, green rooibos. It's got orange peel, apple, rosehip, hibiscus, and it's delicious.
It is so good. And as a matter of fact, one of your customers named it for you.
Yes.
You put out a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And one named it.
Yep.
For her.
So we're going to brew that in that pot.
Okay.
Hawaiian Sunset. And then the last one is a green tea. This one's almond cookies, and it is probably my favorite of the green teas. I love this. I had a Bible study that I led a number of years ago, and I served this most of the time because this was their favorite.
Yeah.
And that was a nighttime
Yeah.
group, but they liked the almond cookies. And it's green tea, and it's got almonds, and it's green tea and almonds, and that's it. Oh, tiny little almond flakes, like little bits of almond, but then some larger slices. So if you're allergic to almond, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's so good.
It's very good green tea. So we'll put water in this one last. All right, so we can go ahead and put the water in the rooibos, and we'll give those a few minutes, and then we'll put the water in the green.
And you
I'll
use
answer
the
questions.
perfect
I use
pot.
the pot.
Okay.
Yep. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 minutes, actually 3 minutes on the rooibos, and at the 3-minute mark, we'll put the water on the green and give it, and then they'll each get 2 minutes. Do your teas have caffeine? So while she's putting water in there, the black teas are, yes, caffeinated like normal black tea. I do have some decaf black teas. Green tea and white tea also have caffeine. The decaffeinated, naturally decaffeinated teas are rooibos and herbal, and they're actually technically called tisanes. Sorry, dry. Excuse me. So yeah, if you're looking at a black tea, green tea, white tea, they are going to be caffeinated, and then so the naturally decaf is the rooibos and the herbals. Oolong has caffeine. I don't have any. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Puree, however you say that. Puree. I don't carry any of those in my shop currently, but they have caffeine.
And you mentioned the white tea has
And
caffeine.
white tea they all have caffeine.
Yeah.
I am a small home-based business, and so I don't have the capability to test my teas for their strength of their caffeine. I know some of the larger tea companies, so you'll see on larger tea companies that they have a caffeine level on their
Right.
packaging. I have no capability to be able to test my teas for that. I don't have a lab, so I just know that they have caffeine.
Yeah.
Long answer for a very basic question. The tea bags are cute, but I don't see how they're refillable. They're not paper, they're corn fiber, so let me pull this out. They have
They
a,
were refillable anyway. They'd be thrown away.
well, yeah, but she wasn't seeing how you fill them.
Oh, how you fill them.
I don't think she could see. Yeah,
Okay.
so they open at the top, and then the string pulls it tight.
Yeah. But they're not refillable, not like one of the muslin bags out
Well,
there.
yeah, they're not refillable. They're just
they're
something
just-
that you can fill yourself.
Yeah.
With tea, and hopefully I can get these in. The tea sacks even, and these are the tea sack number. Whoops, yeah, because I pull them out of the bottom. They're one use only.
Yeah. The only ones that are reusable are the muslin ones, and that's not something you carry, is it?
No, I have some,
You
but
do
I have
some?
not listed them.
But to be honest with you, I think this is so much better. The muslin ones might be kind of
hard to get the tea out.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them out of a refillable
Yeah.
tea bag. I can't get those back in. Going back to the tea sacks, this is the tea sack number 2. I use the tea sack number 2, so that was 3 minutes. Okay, so now we can add tea to the. Oh, you already
I
added
did.
water to the green.
Yeah.
Oh, well then we got to pour that. Okay, I'll come back to the tea set number 2. So this is the almond cookies green. And I'm going to pour that out so that it doesn't oversteep. That looks good. And it smells good too. I can't smell the others, but I can smell that one.
I can smell this one.
You can smell that
I
one?
can.
Yeah, I can smell the almond cookies. So that's the almond cookies. Do you mind rinsing that out at all, please? Thank you. Ooh, hot. Okay, which one is this one? Oh, yeah, this is the Hawaiian Sunset. Let me see. That might be ready. Yeah, this is the Hawaiian Sunset Rooibos.
That's pretty.
Yeah, the Rooibos is always a really pretty color. Thank you. That's dark. So remember, that's the blood orange flavor with the Hawaiian Sunset. Yeah, I can smell that. It smells really good. And then the Springtime Blossoms. Let me see.
Did I put enough water in there maybe?
I think so. I'm just looking to see. Oh, I can smell that one too. There we go. Okay, and if you look in the strainer, you can see the sprinkles are still in there. So they don't completely melt. So this is the Springtime Blossoms, Hawaiian Sunset, and Almond Cookies
Yum.
teas. And I might drink that because it's my favorite. Okay, I'm looking at Jen's Apple Cobbler. Does that have caffeine? Yes. It's a mix of black and green tea. So it for sure has caffeine in it. So if you're caffeine sensitive, I apologize. But I do have decaf black teas, and I'm trying to add more decaf black teas to the shop because I know there are a lot of caffeine sensitive folks, and I do have a lot of different rooibos and herbals to choose from. I'm sorry. Dry throat. If there's a particular flavor that you would like for me to replicate in a decaf option, let me know. So the Jen's Apple Cobbler, if that's something that folks want in a decaf, I can for sure try to come up with something.
Well, that's nice.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah. So
That's
I'll
awesome.
work on that.
Especially since Jen's Apple Cobbler is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, it is one of the best. It's my go-to.
Well, I'm gonna have to redo that one.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that.
Yeah,
Bummer.
yeah, because one of my suppliers has discontinued one of the base teas that's in Jen's Apple Cobbler.
Right.
It's actually the base tea in Snickerdoodle, and I use Snickerdoodle in Jen's Apple Cobbler, and so I need to remake Snickerdoodle. Once I have the Snickerdoodle done, then I can do the Jen's Apple
All right.
Cobbler.
Well, I have enough to last, I think.
Yeah, I still have some.
Okay.
I'm not out
All right.
yet, but I'm working on that new formula. I've had to reformulate several, and I'm still working on that. So
Okay.
anyway,
how are we doing?
So that's it for the tea.
Okay.
Any other questions on the teas? Did I answer all of the questions that we got so far? Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
You did get all the questions.
I got them all? Okay.
I answered
Okay.
like one
Okay.
or two.
All right.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. All right.
I think we're moving over
Moving
to
into the kitchen.
island.
Yep. I might move around behind you.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you need to set that down? I'll move my stuff a little bit. All right. Then yeah. Well, I'm good. So you can move it. Okay. All right. So we have a surprise for you tonight. This is something kind of different, but not complicated. More on the simple side as far as a dessert is concerned. And it's called Eton Mess. Now, Eton Mess is something that is pretty unique to England. And the origins are that a dessert was created for the crowds that came to a cricket match at the School of Eton. And so they created this, and there's some other schools who have created their own version of a mess, what they call a mess. But the word mess is really, it's just kind of a mixture of things. There's no structure to it. It's just kind of a mess of food. So a mess of wonderful dessert foods. So that's what we're going to create tonight. And we're going to do it in 2 parts. And the reason why we're doing it in 2 parts is because I want to show you how to make meringues. The little, well, these are some meringue bits here, but little domes of meringue that are baked. Now, the key about making good crispy meringues is that they have to stay in the oven for a long time. And I didn't want to make them in advance and show you the finished meringue. I wanted to show you the process. So what we're going to do first is show you how to start the process of making the meringue, and then we're going to stop at the point where I'm going to start to beat the egg whites, because that's going to, well, partway through the beating of the egg whites, because that's going to take 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll take a break while I'm continue to beat, because it's very noisy, and then we're going to come back and we'll show you how to pipe them onto the baking pan and get them into the oven. And then we'll be done with those. They'll stay in the oven for the next 8 hours, actually. And so I'll take them out in the morning. But we didn't want to just leave you at that point. We have some finished meringues here that are already broken up and crumbled up. They're crispy. These are store-bought. These actually came from Trader Joe's. You can find them in various stores, but just crumble them up. And we're going to add them to our mess of wonderful ingredients and make our parfaits. Okay? So, did I miss anything? I think that's it.
Lisa points out that it was originally a meringue that was supposedly dropped.
Oh,
It
really?
became the Eaton mess.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
I didn't see that part when I read the history about it. So thank you for that. That's great. All right. So we're going to start by making our meringue, and I promise I will post the recipe on Tea for All Reasons and Food for All Reasons as well next week. But the ingredients are pretty simple. What we have here is 5 egg whites, and the egg whites have been sitting out all afternoon. You want them at room temperature. You don't want them cold. You're going to get a much better meringue by having them at room temperature. And then and now I did line my pan with parchment paper, and my oven is set for 225.
No, it isn't. Oh, you're using the other
I'm
one.
using the other oven, yeah. All right, and then what I'm going to do is begin to beat this egg mixture. Now you can use a larger KitchenAid. I figured I could just do it in this bowl here with a hand mixer, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by mixing it in this bowl just until it's foamy, and then once it's foamy, I'm going to add cream of tartar and a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to mix again for a little bit and add the vanilla extract, and then I'm going to increase the speed until it becomes a little more foamy, and then I'm going to gradually add the sugar. And you want to gradually add the sugar. You don't want it to go in all at once, because you really want it to be incorporated well. Now the sugar that I'm using is the castor sugar, because it's much finer than regular sugar, and it's going to dissolve better in the egg whites. Okay, if you don't have castor sugar, that's fine. You can use regular granulated sugar. All right, so let's begin. And excuse the noise. We're going to get it going. I don't have it on high yet. Just going to get it foamy. All right, and then I'm going to add the cream of tartar. And by the way, that's an essential. I tried making some meringue cookies in December, and I forgot the cream of tartar, and they did not turn out well at all. All right, now I'm going to add the salt. And continue. For about 30 seconds. this point, I want to get my sugar over here in the right position because I'm going to start adding it. Oh, the vanilla, yes. Thank you. Vanilla first. Okay, now I'm going to add sugar, and I'm going to do it 1 tablespoon at a time, and you can do it while it's beating. And this is a cup and a quarter of sugar. So it's going to take a while to get it all in. You made pavlova a while back, didn't you? Kind of the,
couple Christmases ago.
yeah, kind of the same method.
Pavlova is basically just a giant meringue. You can shape it. So I did a Christmas pavlova in a wreath, so it was a ring of the meringue, just piled high, and it takes 8 to 12 hours to dry out in the oven, and then you top it. I think I topped it with curd
Yes, you did.
and berries
Oh, it's so good.
and mint at Christmas time. It was good.
And I've noticed a couple of Facebook pages that I follow of tea rooms. They've been doing little ones, what they call meringue nests, and
Mini pavlovas.
mini pavlovas, and kind of a spring theme. So that's another idea of something you could do for Easter. Is mini ones and then fill them with fruit, curd,
Curd and fruit
curd and fruit,
and cream.
and cream. Yum.
Let me turn the bowl.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now I think we're going to take a break because I'm going to continue doing this at high speed for a while.
Yep. All right, so Dad's gonna bring the camera over to our normal resting spot. I'll turn on the music. Hopefully the music will be loud enough to cover it. And we'll be back minimum 5 minutes, but it may be a little bit longer, but you guys know the drill. All right, so we'll be right back. Okay. Oh, yep. Nice. That may not have been 5 minutes, but we're ready. So we're gonna resume. We'll pad a little bit to make sure everybody's still with us, in case anyone went to take a potty break.
Right.
Okay.
So the meringue is done, and I wanted to show you how stiff the peaks are. You want really stiff peaks like that, okay? And we're going to put the meringue, we've already filled one bag. We're going to
Yep.
show you two different tips, decorative tips
Yeah.
at the end of the bag.
So so these are pretty large piping tips, and I just push that back down. And these are disposable bags. They're easier to use than a traditional pastry bag. And before she fills the next one, we demonstrated these back in the fall when we did choux pastry, the
Right.
profiteroles, cream puffs. But they're easy to. I'm going to actually cut off. This isn't as stiff as as the profiteroles. So I basically took the scissors. Push that down. We don't want the cream coming out of. And I just kind of score this around to get it off of the tip. And the tip is stainless, so it can handle being cut like that.
Right.
And then, yeah, this is a looser. Yeah, so we may have issues. Get that tip down all the way. Hopefully that will work. Hopefully that'll pipe properly.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Shall I go ahead and fill this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Fill that.
and this is a tip that I learned years ago. Put your bag inside a glass and then fold down the
You know
edges.
what? Before we fill that,
Okay.
just because that meringue is really loose
Yeah.
compared to, I'm going to go ahead and cut this
Okay,
now.
good idea.
Then I'm not fighting with the meringue. Okay, so the tip is in the bag first, and I just score around just above where the stuff's going to come out of the tip, and then that just comes right off. I think for meringue you need to do that first,
Yeah, you do.
and make sure that's really seated down in there, and then. Just trying not to push it too far.
Yeah. Okay.
We may
All
still
right.
have issues, but
Yeah. All right.
the
Now we're,
meringue's really good.
oh, good. Thanks. So we're just gonna put that in there. No, I'll take a spoon, please. I'll push it off with a spoon. Yeah. Thank you.
Normally you would just use the bag.
Yeah.
You may still want to just do that. Or the side of the glass, maybe.
Yeah. And what I'm seeing here is there is this recipe is going to make a lot of meringues, so you're going to have more than you actually need for the recipe of the Eaten Mess.
Yep.
So
All right. Did you want to do these first?
Yeah, let's do those first.
Hopefully that doesn't make too much of a
Yeah.
mess. Here,
You want to try piping?
Oh, you want me to pipe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You
All right.
do one, I'll do the other.
So you twist it, and you're going to push from the top down. And how big do you want these?
That's probably a little bit big. Yeah. Yeah, that's
that?
pretty. Yeah, very good.
And you can put them pretty close together because they don't spread, but I am getting, there we go.
Very nice.
So to get it to separate, just kind of twist a little bit.
All right, do 2 rows, and then we'll do 2 rows of this one.
Oops. Thank you. They're not uniform.
It doesn't matter, especially for the eaten mess, because you're going to crush them.
True. It is true.
Okay, that's good. All right. And they don't spread in the oven, so you don't have to worry about having them close together. Yeah, I like that smaller one.
The smaller tip better.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours look better than mine, for sure.
There you go.
You can put one
Put
more.
one more right there.
There you go.
Okay. Very good. All right, so we're going to put those into a 225 degree oven. And they say, the instructions say that you bake them for 1 hour to 2 hours, depending on what size your meringues are. And then it says to gently knock on the meringues. They should feel hard. If they feel hard, they're done. But also, they said the best thing to do is just then turn the oven off and leave them in the oven overnight, and they'll be even better. So I would agree with that.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
All
All right,
right.
so I'll go put them in the oven.
Okay. So, for the sake of time, because I didn't do those in advance, and I wanted you to see the whole process of assembling the eaten mess, I've already whipped the cream. This is 1.25 cups of heavy cream that I have already whipped, and I whipped it with about 2 tablespoons, I think it was, of powdered sugar, and it's all ready to go. And so then all you do is mix your ingredients together. So the strawberries were macerated, and what that means is that all the juice has been allowed to come out of them. They were cleaned, chopped, and some castor sugar was added. I think it was a tablespoon and 1 teaspoon, and then some lemon juice. And they were in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours. You can do it on the countertop for 30 to 40 minutes, but I had the time, so I did 3 to 4 hours. So they're all ready to go. And I'm thinking that what I may do is take them out of the juice.
Sorry.
Because I want to make sure there isn't too much juice in there. So I'm going to add all the strawberries to the whipped cream. Okay. And then this is 1.5 cups of meringue cookies that have
Yeah.
been broken up.
But it says to fold the strawberries and liquid into the whipped cream, then crush the cookies and fold them into the mixture.
All right, well, I've already crushed the cookies.
Right, but that's fine. But don't add them yet.
Right, right. Mix this first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty, pretty. Pretty color. And you could do this with raspberries if you want to.
Mixed berries,
Mixed berries. Yep,
blueberries,
yep,
blackberries.
yep.
One of the schools does it with bananas.
With bananas.
Oh, that would be good.
I would take it with bananas.
Would you? Okay.
Bananas.
All right, and now we're going to mix in the crushed meringue. This is going to give it a crunchy bit to it. And you want to do this right before serving because the meringues do tend to kind of melt. And that's it. I think the first time I had something like this actually was at Disney World.
You didn't have it in England?
No, at the Grand Floridian.
What the heck?
I know. All right. Now, this recipe makes 4 dessert glasses or parfaits, but I'm going to try to stretch it to 5 if I can.
I think there's enough.
I think there's enough for 5. And let me also say, again, you don't want to do this too far in advance because the meringue will melt. But it's easy to do last minute. You just wait and add the meringue last minute,
Right
and
before
then
you serve.
Right before you serve.
Yep.
So actually, I want that spoon. Yeah. All right, and then Jen, if you want to come over here, you can garnish them.
All right, I'll do a small spoon.
The top. Andy and I were talking about this earlier, and we were also saying that if you have chocolate meringues, we thought this would be good, chocolate meringues with blackberries.
Raspberries.
Raspberries, yeah. Also, we thought it would be fun to even add another layer of flavoring with some lemon curd. Now, it wouldn't be an authentic Eaten Mess necessarily, but it might be your unique recipe, right?
All right, I can't do that.
I also saw someone posted an Eaten Mess cake, where I think you could put this in
As
between the
filling.
layers.
Someone asked, have you noticed that humidity affects the meringues? I've experienced that. Yes.
Yes.
So, if you live in a really humid climate, don't even try to make the meringues yourself.
Yeah.
Because they just won't make, they won't do. The egg whites don't like the humidity at all. So, I think I tried making a pavlova one summer because I was thinking it would be a nice dessert for a barbecue we were having.
Oh.
And, it didn't go well. The meringues just wouldn't dry out because the air is too wet. So meringues are good if you're going to make them in the winter when it's drier or you live in a drier climate, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So sorry, I couldn't reach
No,
to
that's okay.
do the garnish.
Now, another thing you could add is slivered almonds on top. And another idea is if you wanted to layer, for instance, I thought for a while that I might do this, and then I thought better of it. You could use parfaits, taller parfait glasses, and you could layer maybe your meringues and
berries.
strawberries or berries, and then your whipped cream, and repeat the layers. That would be fun too. But again, for a
I didn't think I was in.
a last minute dessert, it might take you a little more time.
Right.
But that was where I was thinking you could put a layer of custard in there.
Oh, yeah.
Or lemon curd, and
yeah.
that'd be good. So
Yeah. And these are great for tea time. So
Yes.
if you're doing a tea, and this is why we show these things.
exactly.
If you're gonna do, if you want to do Eaten Mess for tea time, perfect. You can portion control it. You can use a tiny little
Yes.
demi teacup, even a regular teacup to serve it in. It's great for tea time.
Yeah, it is. Even a cordial glass.
Yeah, something really small.
Really small, that a lot of tea rooms are doing now. They're doing the little cordial glass or the shot glass type glass.
Yep.
So, but there's our finished dessert.
Yeah.
How easy was that?
Fabuloso.
Even the meringues were not hard.
No. Nope. Absolutely. Hey, but I'm gonna bring stuff over here, and we'll just wrap up over here.
Okay, all right.
I figure that's easier.
So I'm gonna talk about my friend a little bit. This beautiful lady has 8 children, 8 and 21 grandchildren. The latest one was just born in January, a little boy, and she's super mom. And it was my privilege years ago when she had twins to go down and help her for a week. I think I went down to help with the last baby too. But Yeah, we just had a wonderful time this week. We always laugh, we always cry, we share, we pray, we have tea, we watch movies, and so thanks for being patient because I have been absent a lot this week, but it's because we've had precious time and we're building more memories, and she's flying home tomorrow, which makes me sad, but I'm so glad she got to be here for our Facebook Live. She was looking forward to it. So,
Yep. Yay. One last question. Are the strawberries from Plant City, Florida? I have no idea.
the box is in the fridge. Why? I wonder why they ask.
I don't know. Are they from Plant City, Florida? Are you from Plant City, Florida? Does it say?
Says it's a product of the USA, Florida grown.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
maybe. Well, let me just say, they were beautiful. Every one of them in that box, because, you know, in the wintertime, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they'll put the prettiest ones at the top.
The person is from Plant City, Florida.
Oh, well, there you
Okay.
go. Well, if that's where they're from, they're fabulous.
They're fabulous.
They're
They're
beautiful.
sweet and red and perfectly ripened. And so thank you.
Yep. Thanks for your beautiful strawberries.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Okay. I know y'all have been waiting for this.
Yes.
Waiting. See, we're making you wait now for the giveaway. So there is a giveaway, as always. This time, the giveaway is a 2-ounce bag of Springtime Blossoms, which is the Rooibos tea, strawberry flavored. So very much in keeping with our theme tonight. 2-ounce bag, and the keyword is springtime. So put springtime in the comments if you want to be entered into the drawing for the giveaway. And Molly and I will draw the name out of the Tea for All Reasons mug tomorrow afternoon, like we usually do.
Yep.
And
And be sure to stay tuned, because Jen actually has a blend.
yeah, I was going to mention that.
Okay,
Yeah.
got ahead of you.
So I had a brain fart, and when Mom and I started planning out this Facebook Live and the next couple ones, and my notes were a jumble, and we had talked about doing the Eaton Mess tonight, and it was going to be great because I was going to bring my new Eaton Mess blend, and I brain farted last night, and I changed. It's fine, Mom. She doesn't like the word. And I changed the teas that I was going to demo. I actually had the Eaton Mess blend in the list that I was going to demo tonight, and I took it out because I was going to save it for next month. And so, anyway, if you're interested in the Eaton Mess blend, before I do the demo of it next month, it's listed in the shop and it is available.
And it is delish.
It
It's
is
absolutely
It
delish.
is. It's a wonderful, and it's a black tea.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it does have meringue cookies, like it's got broken up meringues in it and freeze-dried strawberries in it. So it actually is like
Eaton Mess. Yeah.
But I'm going to demo that next month. So, and so that leads into, I'm going to give you a little bit of a calendar for us, because I'm doing a bunch of travel, and then we're gone the whole month. Like, we're not doing it live in May. So next month, the Facebook Live is April 22nd, so mark your calendars. And the theme is a royal coronation, because soon after that will be the coronation of King Charles.
May 6th.
May 6th. No, whether you're pro or con, tea is very British. Like, we're more of the English tea
Stop.
school of thought and style of tea. And so we wanted to commemorate that historical event. And so April 22nd is a royal coronation, and we'll feature the Queen's Blend, the King's Blend, the Royal Wedding Blend, the new Eaton Mess, and maybe a couple other teas.
And a special cooking demonstration.
Cooking
Cooking.
demonstration.
Yes.
No live in May, and then because I'm going to be gone. And then in June, we'll come back for the live on June 17th. Is that Father's Day weekend?
I think it is.
Yes, it is.
It's Father's Day weekend?
It normally is.
Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, June 17th, we will be introducing Earl Grey. And decided to do that because we have a lot of Earl Grey teas in the shop. Yeah, it is Father's Day weekend. And so we're going to feature some of our Earl Grey teas in June. And then we've talked about July. The last few years we've done a Christmas in July. We think we're not doing a Christmas in July. We will do a live in July, but we don't know what that's going to be yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's kind of the roadmap of where we're going the next couple of months. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I'm going to be on travel the last week of April, and so I will not be processing orders. You can order, but I won't be processing orders until the first week of May. And then I'm gone the second half of May for 2 weeks. And then I'm on a business trip first week of June. So
So the
so
sooner
if-
you put your orders
yeah,
in,
so
the
if
better.
you feel like you're going to need some tea,
Yeah.
go ahead and order it, because there's going to be a chunk there where I'm not going to be able to process any orders because I won't be around.
Yeah. So like if you need things for Mother's Day, for graduation, for Father's Day, and all
Yeah,
of that,
yeah.
just plan ahead.
Yeah, because I will be gone. But I will post the store notice on the website with those dates as they come up, so that you're aware. And we can also post it on the page,
Yes.
just to let folks know the shop. No one's manning the shop for
Yeah.
that time, and in the group, I'll put
Right.
a reminder of those dates in the group.
Right.
If you're not in the Facebook group, please come join us in the Facebook group. But remember, you have to answer the questions. So I've actually declined several people in the last couple weeks.
Oh, have you really?
They haven't, and when I decline, I give them a note that,
Okay.
that you have to answer the questions to get into the group. Unless you're a friend of someone who's already in the group, I will approve that. But if you're not friends with someone who's already in the group and don't answer the questions,
Yeah, and it's really just to filter out the spammers and the
Yeah.
bots that she gets in the group, and
Yep.
just to keep it to
keep
real
it
tea
to you
lovers.
guys. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So and on Facebook, that's facebook.com/groups/Tea for All Reasons, and you'll see our logo, and you'll know that that's our group.
Right.
And we would love to have you join us.
Yes.
I talk about insider stuff
Yes.
in the group
Great insider stuff.
frequently.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
All right.
So don't forget, April 22nd, the giveaway is springtime. And we'll see you next time.
Yes. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Have a
Bye.
good rest of your night.